All right, I'm here to address what happened last night. I don't want to go into too much detail. I feel like it would be unnecessary to explain the entire situation to everyone. But basically, I pretty much acted very unprofessionally last night to quite a few people. Not really the audience members or people that would really be part of the audience anyway, but to people that decided to fuck with me on the wrong night. Now, my reason for being letting myself to succumb to such action is the fact that yesterday, right before the Twitch show, the YouTube hitbox, all that shit went up. I had found out that not only had my sister's father-in-law, who I was very close to, had passed away, but also that my grandfather's brother, who I was also close to, passed away, pretty much back to back on the same day yesterday, right before the show. Needless to say, I was not very happy with that, and I was trying to have a very quiet night on Twitch because I didn't want to bring that out onto the show and bring IRL problems onto the show because I feel it's kind of unnecessary. People don't need to know that type of stuff. And what happened was also on top of that, a family member of mine, which I don't feel like disclosing because I don't want to get that person in trouble if their significant other ever watches this, was thrown out because of a petty fight that they had over some finances. And I opened my house to him because I'm not going to let my family, sleep on the street or whatever. And what ended up happening was, he had to go to work that night. And I decided, hey, man, I know you're in a rough spot. You can crash in here in the studio with me and, hang out and, watch the show and fall asleep. And, I didn't want him to be alone because he was in a really bad spot too. So I was like, yeah, just crash over there. I, grabbed a mattress and everything for him. And he fell asleep and, he snores a lot. Well, I'm sitting here and I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want to wake him up. I mean, his fucking wife just threw him out. And, he has to go to work later. I don't want him to fucking, wake him up and bug him and all that. But I wanted to do Twitch at the same time because I'm dealing with the same shit he is. On top of it, so me and him are both in a bad spot. And I'm doing a live show trying to do my job essentially and just shut up so I don't start, bitching or complaining or getting upset on stream about what has happened earlier in the day.
No idea what I'd ever do with a stacking ring, but what the heck. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. Why in the world would Rusty keep a barrel of toxic acid? Oh, lordy. Well, this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own. Someone murdered him. The sink must have been used for developing photos. Not much use for it now since all the developing equipment... No idea what I'd ever do with a stacking ring, but what the heck. Posters in here tell you more than you'd ever care to know about film processing. Why in the world would Rusty keep a barrel of toxic acid? this is where Rusty ended up. What a way to go. I'm willing to bet he didn't crawl in here on his own. Someone murdered him. The sink must have been used for developing photos. Not much use for it now since all the developing equipment's...
Well, some people came in chat and they decided to ruffle my feathers about trying to accuse me of I was sleeping on stream where I used fake footage and all this other stupidness, which I would usually let roll off my back because I know it's not true. Well, this day, of course, I let it get to me, and I did a lot of particular things I'm not proud of, and I should apologize to the audience for, honestly, and we don't need to get into all of that, but basically it did make me lose my shit worse than I ever have, probably because of the circumstance at hand. Now, Twitch is going to be back online in a couple of days, and we'll be continuing the show. But right now, I mean, I've still got to deal with the 2 funerals back to back in 2 different states, and a lot of other drama going on now with the family, and it's so much shit just all collapsed in at once that I've got to deal with now, that I'm not going to be on Twitch or really anything for the next couple nights. Basically so I can take care of this shit, because I mean my sister's all torn up about it, because their father-in-law lived with them for over a couple years now, and he's been very sick, and it was just a bad experience for her. So I got to make sure I take care of the family first, as usual, and got to make sure I take care of myself and try to work out my own shit that I don't need to be airing on the internet anyway, and pretty much just apologize to the people that I've affected in it that I'm not even going to bring up either, because I don't want to out them. But yeah, so I acted disrespectfully. I was very rude, and I was, I went a little too far with my anger. So I apologize to everyone. We'll see you later, folks.
The hell? What's that? Got movement. Hey, movement. Got movement over here. What do you got? Got movement. Got movement. There's something right here. Oh, something there. Oh, throw it in there. What the hell was that? Somebody's shooting. Whoa, they're shooting. Huh? What happened? What happened? I don't know what the... Yeah. What happened, man? What the... Come on. Come on, get back. Get away from the water. Come on. Yeah. Something grabbed me and pulled me in. Something grabbed my foot. Did you see it? No. Oh, look over here. I felt something grab her around my neck. It pulled my leg and pulled me in the water. We come across the edge of the pond, and we heard something splash, and I saw some movement. Red and I hauled ass over here to see it, and I was looking, something reached up and grabbed my leg, pulled me into the freaking pond. Scared the out of me. You got a copy?
Target's went in the water. What? We just got a couple shots on it.
We don't know what it is. We need some backup.
Copy. We're headed that way.
Let's get the hell out of here.